Hey guys, it's Vulcan Wolverine or Kyle. September 28th, Monday afternoon about 4, and I wanted to make a quick video. This weekend I went to a walkathon for St. Jude, and I was a little bit worried about that. I know it was Saturday morning. It was from like 7 to 11, but I checked everything in my house because this guy comes into my house. I guess he has a key or a way to get in. And so, I went from 7. We did the walkathon. Then I went and helped my mom. I went and saw her new office and stuff, which is kind of disappointing because it's right near my neighborhood, which, like, he's not going to be able to hit me with ground weapons or anything, my attacker. But this is, like, I've started to come to believe that this is a lot of over-the-horizon radar, and the closer you are to that radar, the stronger the signal. So working over at that office is not going to be, it's going to be more harmful than probably going to my parents' house, which is across the city. But I did want to tell y'all, while I was gone from 7 to 11 in the morning on a Saturday, this is amazing that this guy was able to do this with everybody in the neighborhood, either not seeing him, or I guess they came in the back. One of these plugs, I don't know if y'all can see it, one of those plugs was on the ground, completely taken out of the socket, and these are my old whole house plugs, so that was completely on the ground, to where it couldn't have, done that by itself. There's no way. Couldn't have hopped out of that plug. So I came in, I saw that, and nothing else on this side was messed up. But then I went to the other side of the house, and I recently put a plate over there because I've heard EHF coming from that direction, I think. But because of the way they do this, they can pretty much trick me, and it's like, they can make it sound like it's coming from this way or that way. But I'm going ahead. I've got 16 on that side plates and plugs all in there. And I got plugs all in this room. And I'm putting one plate over here. And so I came over here just to check everything. Here's corrugated steel against this inner wall to this room. Let me show you what really gives me heart pangs. I opened this room and it looks good. It's like a regular room, and that's a regular bed right there. If you can see it, that's a regular bed. And I can't really sleep there because if I start sleeping there, if I lay down, I start getting the really high-pitched sound around the back of my head, and I feel ELF, which is the sharp pain. But I came in here, and this plate was completely off, and it had been unplugged from here because I had it in right here. So this plate was completely off. So I got that turned back on. I had that plugged back in, and I was like, okay, well, that's all they could do, right? So I went into my enclosure, which this needs to be fixed. I'm gonna have to get some type of exoskeleton for it and make it a lot neater than this without that crinkly aluminum, because it just looks so crazy. It's starting to slide down. It's okay inside of it, but it's just, my mom wants it different, and I want to work with her because she'll work with me to make it more sturdy and something where I can have, I think some 4x4 pieces of hard aluminum on the top and on the sides. I'm going to figure out a way to do it and really work on getting something kind of permanent, because I'm here to stay. These guys are on the side of me. If they get me out of here, they're going to remotely hit me wherever I go, and it'll be harder to catch them. And I think we're close. I'm gathering evidence. The more that he hurts me, the more evidence I get. But so I went to sleep, and I was kind of hearing, the EHF still, and it was actually to a point where it was the high pitched EHF sound, and it wasn't the ELF that was doing it, but the EHF was so sharp that it was actually stinging the side of my head. Like it was annoying, but it was coming in waves to where it was stinging the skin and under the skin underneath my head. And then I just came in here, and this is why I say trust in God, believe in God, try and follow something spiritually, because I don't know how I would have found this. I checked all the plugs in the room. Then I came in this bathroom, and these plugs are the closest. They're in the bathroom, closest to this side, where these guys are shooting their stuff. And they had pushed this red button, so they had turned off these two plugs. They had turned them off. They had pushed this little, if you can see it, it's a reset switch. It was pushed in all the way so that these plugs weren't even working. So they had done 3 layers. They took off that plug on the other side, and then I guess I was supposed to stop looking there, and then maybe this plate would be off, and then if I did happen to find this plate being off, then I definitely wouldn't look at this. On a miracle, I found that they had pushed that button in and turned those plugs off. After I turned them back on, the sharp EHF to the side of my head kind of stopped. But it was so sharp that it was actually stinging this side of my head. It was like the high-pitched sound, and it was really kind of just going up the side of my head. And so while I was at a cancer walkathon, which I saw tons of chemtrails above it, like right when I got there, and they were just dissipating all over these people who were doing a walkathon for cancer, which is really weird. From 7 to 11 on a Saturday morning, these guys were able to find a time to break into my house, to come into this room and that other room, pull stuff out and mess with stuff. I also found a red film around my bathtub, and a lot of other people have talked about that. It's some kind of toxin that works very well with the electromagnetic weapons. So they had done all that stuff from 7 to 11 on a Saturday morning. I mean, this is Saturday morning. This is in the daytime. They were able to come into my house. I mean, this guy, he doesn't even care. He's just like, he doesn't see me as a human being. The main organizer, he's like, we can do whatever we want to him. He doesn't even consider it like illegal, I guess. I really don't know how he thinks. It's scary the way he thinks. But they had done those layers of deceit during the day to try and shut off stuff. So I guess that's a good sign, because they were shutting off stuff in my house. So that kind of means that, it's effective, and they don't think they can just plow right over it without having to mess with stuff in my house. That's a good sign. Bad sign, they can come into my house anytime, and I am very worried now, because I'm sure that they're coming in my house all the time. I'm not worried that they're going to mess with regular stuff in my house, or even put poison my food or anything. What I'm very worried about is my plugs. Like, say I went to Florida, my plugs and my plates. So if I went to Florida 4 hours away and I left everything here to buffer their stuff, this guy comes in, he turns off 2 plates, takes a couple of plugs, which he's done a couple of times, is he won't take the plugs, and I think this is what happened. What he does is he'll take a plug, and if you can see the plugs on here, I don't know if I'm sure. There they are. So he'll take one, and he'll take it out and hang it out. So it'll be kind of hung out like this. So I'm not supposed to notice that. I've started checking them a lot more, but I think that's what he did on the other side. He just tried to hang it out of that plug, and it just fell all the way out. I don't think he just ripped it out and threw it on the floor. I think he was trying to do more of a hanging it out so it wouldn't be as effective. So, I mean, that's a good sign. Like, the stuff that I'm putting in place, it is working. It definitely does work. When I move stuff around, it changes the scenario. But the problem is they do this all the time. So when I move something, they'll actually change they'll modify how the frequency's hitting me. Like, so say they have the EHF hitting me at a certain level, and they got EHF maybe hit me in the back of the head or the side of the head. like I change something or I'll move that plate over to the other side, he'll start hitting me with a wider spread ELF. He'll spread the microwaves to maybe hit my whole face instead of one spot, so that I can't tell if it's really making a difference. So I kind of have to leave things in place to tell if it's going to make an overall positive effect or it's going to be more detrimental. I have to be a little bit more, discerning on what's happening, how much I hurt, how much my body's hurt, how tired I am, how much I hear the EHF and stuff like that. These gentlemen on this side, though, what the danger is now is I'm pretty sure they have remote capability. It's been like 4 years in this house, and they haven't. They've had ground weapons up until now, and I'm starting to think they have so many cars all the time. But like today, they had 4 trucks, hanging around on a Monday during the day, and these guys, they should all be at work. But this is what they do now, so more people are coming around. It's more, they're getting the remote, remote neural monitoring and the remote microwave equipment. So they've got that. So my danger now is I'm going to have to focus on this side, because what I think these remote stations, they don't automatically come with a bunch of powerful EHF and ELF. They have that stuff, and then they upload it somehow to these remote stations. So what I got to worry about is them building up the stuff they're going to pump into that now, and I've got to watch the side, which is going to make me fight not only a two-front war, because really I've got to watch this guy's back, my main attacker's back, and his front. But now I'm going to have to be waging a 3-front war and maybe even a 4-front war, because the guys across the street are involved somehow. They may just have ground weapons right now, but if I stay here another year, they might be able to get grants and get a remote station to microwave me. So, I mean, they're definitely okay with what's going on. They have a big German Shepherd in their front yard. It'll bark at me when I come out, and I'm like, hey, guy, and it'll just bark, and it's on this leash, and it's, it really reminds, when I see that German Shepherd just barking all the time, it really makes me, it kind of reminds me of like stuff that the movies about civil rights and then Nazi Germany, and how they use these German Shepherds to like scare people or hurt them. Not to say that German Shepherds are bad dogs. A lot of them are trained well, but I guess it's a dog they can use to, be mean. But I just wanted to tell y'all about that little episode. Like my friend Mike says, like my target individual friend Mike says, he says, I'm not doing the best, I'm not doing the worst. My problem is that I've been sitting here for about half a year with like my parents helping me, so I haven't, like when I had my job, I was able to keep up with them, and then I was really comfortable in the house because I was getting a plate or whatever I needed to make sure that they didn't kind of just overpower me with these frequencies. And now I'm sitting kind of where it's been half a year. My parents are helping me with bills. My mom is kind of on the fence. She might buy me a new plate, but she doesn't. She's like, will this be the last one? And I'm like, well, it'll be the last one you'll have to get me, because I'm going to try and get my Social Security. But then I had news that the judge wants another hearing on the Social Security, so that's going to set me back on getting that money for about 2 months, if it's accepted, which I really need. I need assistance from the government. I need monetary assistance from the government. These people are murdering me. They attack me and torture me. When I go to a job, I don't feel that safe. I feel like I need to go down this path and get a little bit of money to buy time, like I'm buying time. That's pretty much where I'm at. I'm not giving up or anything like that, and none of y'all should either. I just don't know what these people are thinking. Money just can't be the decider, in like, hey, can we just kill some innocent person? I mean, I'm completely innocent. I'm in my house. It's my mom's house. They know it's screwing up my family, and then I just look like the crazy guy, because look at this, I mean, look at this. I mean, anybody, any police that comes in here, even if they know that I'm telling the truth, they're going to have tons of ammunition, like metaphorical ammunition, to be like, well, you're fucking crazy. You got all this mess up in your house. And I'm really just trying to defend myself with what I know blocks these frequencies, because they're very painful. I went to sleep last night, and just like every night that I go to sleep through these 4 years, except when I've had it really, really buffered good, it was hitting me in my sleep, and I didn't know how much damage it was doing to my body in my sleep. So I don't know how he is in his head. Somehow, I mean, he's acting like it's just a police action. He has to do this. Lying about me, even though he knows I'm not dangerous, is just as good as telling the truth. And it's scary stuff. We definitely have to fight it, because if this goes on in our country, and it doesn't matter who's guilty, and it doesn't matter who's innocent, and as long as you got a group of people in this kind of weaponry, this hardcore weaponry, you can kill anybody in their homes, and then they're the crazy people, and they're not protected, while the people who are doing this are, rewarded. We're going to have a scary country. We're going to go into something that we don't want to go into, and I think we're kind of already there in a lot of ways. That's the scary thing. I'll never believe, because I talk to my target individual friends, it's not too far gone to take it back. But a lot of this stuff has been going on, and I listen to Bill Cooper, and he's like, we got to take our country back, and then these things still go through, so we have to fight even more, and we got to fight harder and smarter. And I'm going to put my other video out that I had before this. I'll go ahead and nerd out right here, because it really meant a lot to me. If y'all have ever seen Serenity, like this guy, is trying to basically kill one of their crew because she has information. She has information that he wants to neutralize it, because he doesn't care about the secret she has. It's dangerous to the Alliance, which is the big kind of corporation that kind of controls, the universe, the planets in the universe. And at the end, Malcolm Reynolds, the good guy in the movie, he gets the information out, and then this guy stops. He's like, That's what I was trying to stop. So he's like, okay, it's over, and I think maybe if we do that, if we force this information out, then it won't be such a strain. It'll be like, if the information's out, there's nothing they can keep hidden anymore, so they won't even be like, I have to do this, and then I can go back to my regular life. And I mean, we can work on how to work with this equipment, but getting this information out where it's like people know that it's there, that this technology's there, that they're doing this, I think that's the big thing. I don't think me trying to run away from these people all over the world my whole life is going to fix anything. I think I'm in this house, and I think the only way to help this cause is to get this information out as much as I can, so that this guy doesn't even feel the need to be like, I have to do this, because he wants to neutralize me and get me out of the way, so that he doesn't get in trouble for not being able to hide this technology and do all this stuff. I think once it's out, then it's like we'll have a lot less trouble. There won't be anything that, even from their side, it'll be like, okay, well, people know about this, so we can't even do this. And that's the only thing that I can even think of that will stop this. Like, I mean, I can't keep running around the world my whole life. I mean, I've tried it several times to go to different places. I know a lot of other people are trying to get away from it physically. Even if they aren't using satellites, they have over-the-horizon radar, which bounces off the ionosphere, can hit you anywhere in the world. So gaining evidence and getting it out, that's what I'm trying to do. I'm so tired. I am tired. My body's tired. Like, I don't even feel like doing anything, because my spine is kind of, it feels like it's burnt onto the surface and the sides of my head. And it's like I'm just tired. Like, I don't have any vitality right now. But I'm trying to chug along. I'm trying to chug along and keep going. Y'all keep going too. Please try and get this information out. Like, any information that helps you to other target individuals who, maybe, and let's spread this information. We gotta get there, guys. Like, we gotta do this. I keep realizing how much more important it is every day, and how it doesn't. I mean, innocent people's lives don't matter anymore. It's like, if you can get into a group and you have this technology, you're rewarded for it. You know, it's too big. It's too much money going around all these people, and it's like that's. It seems like in our society that's becoming better than innocence. Like, this guy is cooking me alive. He's not doing wonders for his own family. I could go into deeper detail about that, but like, I'm not. But it's just like, and he's more important. It's more important for society to protect him while he's murdering and doing really bad stuff than to protect me. And I'm innocent. I haven't done anything. And like, people are all angry at me because they don't know what he's doing. So we don't want our society to go this way, and it's already going this way. It's already there in a lot of ways. So we just got to keep fighting. We got to get the information out to where it's at a point where it's like, you know, they're even like, well, you know, it's out. Like, people will catch us. We've got to stop. Like, I think, I really have a feeling the people who, you know, rolled this stuff out, and they're handing this technology out, it's starting to break up where it's like, they're not even deciding who gets the equipment anymore. These people are like kind of getting around a person, then they're taking the equipment and going off and hurting people. So it's a good time. We've got ourselves some good targets to get evidence on, because it's unruly, and it's uncontrolled, and it's swinging wildly, and it's swaying back and forth. We just got to tip it over. It's this huge giant, and it's just like, you know, all these different people who aren't like just specially trained and keeping secrets and stuff are using it, and it's the time to knock that giant over. You know, it's the time to do it. The time is now. You know, there will never come a better time when it's time to get out the information and really fight this. All right, I'm just going to do a short one today. I just wanted to tell y'all about that, kind of, because it was like Saturday morning. And I was at a cancer walk. And I'm not sitting here saying like, oh, I'm the best person in the world. I went to a cancer walk. I'm just trying to juxtapose that activity. Like, I went to a cancer walk. I wasn't doing anything bad. He was spending that whole time thinking of ways, and he broke into my house. Like, I don't know if he himself broke into the house, but he got somebody to break in and do all that mess. So I'm not trying to be like, oh, well, I'm the greatest saint in the world. I was at a cancer walk and this guy is breaking into houses. I'm just trying to juxtapose the activities. I was at a cancer walk. Like, I had to go help my mom. You know, and he used that time on a Saturday morning from 7 to 11 o'clock, which you'd think your house would be completely safe, to break in here. And nobody reported it. You know, most of the houses around, like right around me, are okay with this. Like, a lot of them know that I'm being microwaved. I know the 3 houses around me, these gentlemen, my attacker, and then the house right across. I know they definitely know. And then the house right next to him. So it's really like 1, 2, 3, 4, and then I think pretty much the house on the corner. So there's like, that's pretty much 5 houses right around me. I mean, right around me. The one that doesn't know is the good man who lives there, but he pretty much thinks I'm crazy. So he doesn't know about the microwaves, but I'm pretty sure there are like 5 houses right around me that know I'm being microwaved, and they're okay with it because my attacker is ex-Army, you know, and he's got pull, and there's money involved, so it doesn't matter that I'm innocent. You know, they're all just having fun doing this, which is really crazy. So let's stop. Let's try and stop this. Let's try and get information out as much as we can. Jump on those conference calls so you can go ahead and you can, you know, kind of get ahead of the curve and really see where other people are at with all this, and then you know, kind of come to terms with what you're dealing with, what they're dealing with. You can better gauge what you're dealing with, and you won't, you know, waste a lot of time or spend a lot of time and still get hurt. You can kind of jump ahead, and these people can tell you what they're going through, and you can compare it to what you're going through. So we need to do that. FCCHS. Gosh, I didn't get it right the other time. I thought I did. but it's FHH, Freedom from Covert Harassment, FCHHS. Oh gosh, I'm back in that. But get on TalkShoe.com and FCHHS. Get on these calls. These guys have been going through it for a long time. There's something October 3rd. I think it's October 3rd in Washington, which is a demonstration in Washington. I don't think I'm going to be able to get there, but I may go down to my own capital. So if there are people in Louisiana, I'm in Louisiana. If there are people in Louisiana who want to go down to our capital on October 3rd while the guys are in at the Capitol doing their protests, I want to maybe try and put that together. I don't know if it's too short a time period, but that's definitely gonna come. I definitely need to go out and protest, and we need to be doing activism. It's just too many people are getting hurt. Too many innocent people. It's all the time, like torture and rape to Americans. This isn't our country, so we have to fight it. Alright guys, I'll see you on the next one. I got like 2 videos to put out, one before this and then this one. I'm sorry about the video quality. It's really bad because the face of my phone is cracked. Face of my phone is cracked really bad, and I'm gonna try and get another one. Yeah, because it's like getting worse. But alright, that's pretty much it. Just God bless all of you. Keep fighting the good fight. Keep strong. This is not going to last forever. And we got to just keep hope. Just keep hope. It's not going to last forever. Get through it. Get the things that you need to get that make you comfortable. Talk to other target individuals that need your help. They can help you. You can help them. We need to get together. Even though we may be far away regionally, we're going to need to start. I mean, I'm starting to get to the point where it's like I know my friend Mike. I'm going to start checking on him and see if maybe he'll come and be my roomie. We're going to start getting some activism going and grouping people together. Because I really think that's the only way. So we can have people watching our houses. We need to get together and start making artificial little groups. Like maybe me and 2 other roommates who are target individuals living together. It might make it more dangerous because then they got all 3 targets in a house or something. But we've got to try and get through that. We got to experiment with it, record whether it helps or if it hurts. We need to start showing other people like, oh, well, it made it a lot better and stuff like that, because this group kind of went off or it made it worse. We're getting attacked. All of us are getting attacked worse, we feel. We need to start recording that stuff and how it works, because we need to start doing it. And I've been thinking about it for a long time. The thinking has to stop, and I've got to act on some things, because it's so important. It's so important. It's the most evil thing I've known of in my life, and we're Americans, and the people who know about it, we're the ones who can do something about it, and we're the ones who can tell people about it, and we're the ones who can get information out. So it's like, I know that's a heavy burden, that it's like you're being attacked, you're being called crazy, and then you've got to try and fix it, or you've got to try and get information out. It's just the way it is. It's just the way it is, and I wish it were another way. I wish a bunch of people who didn't know about it were like, yeah, we know this stuff. But we're going to have to convince them. We're going to have to pull a lot more weight. And it seems like that's crazy because we're already pulling so much weight just getting out of the bed in the morning. But this is how it is. So we got to find the strength. We got to find the vitality. We got to find the spirituality. I'm preaching to myself, guys. I'm not preaching to y'all. But just contact me if you have any questions or anything about defenses. Like, I have a bunch of defenses that work really good, but I've been sitting here 4 years kind of, and he's been building up his arsenal around me and getting other people involved, and it seems like people are not getting involved on my side. There's a few people, but, they separate the good people, and then they get the guys who want to get money and do this in there, and it seems to be easier going that way than the good people getting together and fighting this, because we don't have the information while they're on the same page. So So, alright, guys, let's just fight harder and let's keep doing it and never give up hope no matter what's going on in your life. Try and be as comfortable as you can. If you're not as comfortable as you can, you feel like you can't go on any longer or you need something, please contact me. I get a lot of emails. I'll try and respond in comments. I'll try and respond to them all, but I'm also trying to kind of balance, doing normal stuff too. But I'll try and do as much as I can. There's stuff that works for this. The cheapest thing that I would say, if you're living if you have one place that you're pretty much staying in, do the Altera whole house plugs. Do those plugs first to get a little bit of relief. Put them around where you sleep to start there, so you can start thinking a little bit more clearly. And then you can check out Q-Wave stuff, but that stuff's more expensive. There are things that do buffer this stuff out. They do cancel out the frequencies. They don't make it disappear, but they can make it a lot more livable to where you're not having V2K shooting through your head and it's just like you can't even have your own thought. So there's stuff to do that. And don't believe that we're not gonna we won't have better equipment and better technology to defend this stuff. I think right now it's kind of controlled a little bit. I don't know. I think Q-Wave is great, but I mean it's just weak enough to where it doesn't really help us enough. To where you got to pile it up, and I think there's reasons for that. So we got to kind of get this technology and get our own ways of making it more powerful and stuff like that. They put more power to their stuff. I wonder if I put more power to the plate. I wonder how I'd do that, because it only has one outlet on it. But if I could maybe make an outlet on the other side to pump more power into it. I don't know. Just keep thinking of stuff. We got to be creative. This is basically just to say what happened on Saturday. But I'm about 30 minutes. I'm going to put the videos I have right now that I've done out. And just keep trying to make more, keep trying to kind of, if I get my Social Security, I have backlog stuff, so, I should be able to take care of some things and let y'all know, how I'm doing. It's gonna, he wants another hearing, so it's gonna take so much more time. I told him about all this, so, I mean, if he doesn't believe in this, he should definitely help me out with governmental assistance. I don't see why this is so hard. Alright, guys, I love y'all. God is definitely there. Please look for Him in your everyday life. Please look for the Holy Spirit, or if you're spiritual. Please try and go put your instincts together with what you have in your heart, because these guys are deceitful. They do this all based on deceit and hiding stuff from you and stuff like that. So you're gonna have to go on instinct and what you feel sometimes. And God won't leave you hanging. He'll always give you something. I know sometimes it feels like it's not that way, but it's a hard task. He knows that we're involved in it. God's hand is in it. So really get your instinct together with your spiritual side, and you're going to be a lot stronger in this fight. You're gonna be able to be a lot more comfortable. All right, guys. All right, I'll see you on the next one. I love you guys. God bless you all.